As the coronavirus rages and unemployment stimulus talks fail, President Trump is at one of his golf clubs in New Jersey.
Well, tonight he held a surprise news conference, which turned into somewhat of a campaign rally. He allowed country club guests without masks to attend and cheer him on.
That's right. KCAL 9's Tom Waite is here. And Tom, what was the purpose behind this news conference?
And that is a very good question, Sarah. The president said tonight he would issue an executive order to continue unemployment benefits and also said he would suspend the payroll tax through the end of the year. But it's not clear whether the president has the power to do either of those things. Remember, Congress controls spending, not the president. President Trump tonight holds what was supposed to be an evening press conference at his golf club in New Jersey after negotiations over jobless benefits once again collapsed on Capitol Hill. Mr. Trump said he would sign an executive order that would extend unemployment benefits.
So we're going to have the payroll tax go till the end of the year, and it'll be retroactive to July 1st. It'll go to the end of the year, payroll tax. We're going to enhance unemployment benefits through the end of the year and defer student loan payments and forgive interest until further notice. Extend the eviction moratorium. We will be extending that.
The president did not give specifics on what he meant by enhanced unemployment benefits or the payroll tax, and it's not clear whether it's even legal for the president to issue such executive orders. Congress has power over all tax and spending issues, not the president.
Are you concerned about the legality of these executive orders?
No, not at all. No, if somebody, well, you always get sued. I mean, everything you do, you get sued. I was sued on the travel ban, and we won. I was sued on a lot of things, and we won. So,
as has become routine, the president's press conference at times felt more like a political rally. Mr. Trump even allowed his guests at his country club to cheer him on as he took questions. Many at first were not wearing masks or social distancing and booed a reporter for asking about it.
Thank you, Mr. President. You said that the pandemic is disappearing, but we lost 6,000 Americans this week. And just in this room, you have dozens of people who are not following the guidelines in New Jersey, which say you should not have more.
No, they don't have. This is a political activity. You're wrong on that because it's a political activity. They have exceptions, political activity, and it's also a peaceful protest. So when you have, and as you know.
Earlier in the day on Capitol Hill, both sides remained at an impasse on how to extend jobless benefits.
I've told them, come back when you are ready to give us a higher number.
At this point, we're going to recommend to the president that over the weekend we move forward with some executive actions.
Those executive actions might delay evictions, payroll taxes, and student loan payments, but there's a lot the White House cannot do on its own.
It doesn't cover opening of schools. It doesn't cover testing.
And whether Mr. Trump's threat to issue an executive order will even work is the other issue. Fred DeBella is an actor living in North Hollywood. With almost no production happening right now, he needs the weekly $600 checks to continue living.
Stick with the 600 because it's proven when we all have the 600, the economy was staying afloat, which it expired on the 25th or the 31st. Give it like a month from now, and if there's still no deal, they're going to see, even though they're getting the 600 a week, they're keeping businesses open. I've been lucky. I've been able to pay my rent, my car insurance, cell phone. I've been good on that. But how long is that going to last?
Republicans have repeatedly demanded shrinking the $600 check to $200 a week. Bottom line, the two sides remain trillions of dollars apart.
What they want is a $2.5 trillion blank check.
I offered to them, we'll take down $1 trillion if you add $1 trillion in. They said absolutely not.
As for tonight's press conference, officially it was not a political rally. It was set up by the White House and paid for by taxpayer dollars, not the Trump campaign. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Tom Waite. Pat, back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Tom.